you may have noticed that this is not, in fact, Ed Force One. Ed Force One is in Iceland at the moment, flying for the Icelandics, unsurprisingly. What we've got here is another Astraeus aircraft that was in Iceland, but now is on loan to what it appears Bob Marley or something similar to that. And it's actually strangely ironic that India Bravo had which was the Ed Force One, had the stickers taken off because it was on contract to an African country where, being very religious, they were a bit frightened of getting on board the aircraft with Eddie on the tail. So we gave them this aeroplane and they painted it up in sort of like, well, not really Jamaican, but sort of colourful sort of African colours. This is Ghana International's aircraft at the moment. They've lent it to us for the day to make sure that we can take you all up to Trondheim. I'm obviously going to be flying it. And it's going to come straight back to Gatwick empty and then take a lot of slightly delayed Ghanaian passengers home to Accra. So such is the craziness of trying to run one of these charter flights. However, what we've got on the way back tonight is a Thompson flight 757 is coming in just to pick us up, which means I can't fly it, which means I'm going to be stuck in the back with you lot signing all this. Yes, I thought you'd like that. So we're going to get you certificates and things like that to say that you came on the flight, and a nice picture of me with my head out of a cockpit looking slightly asinine. But it does mean that photographs and all that kind of stuff, we can take loads of them. We've got plenty of time for pictures all on the way back, because it'll get a little bit chaotic if we try and take them all at the same time here within the next 10 minutes. As you can imagine, there's lots of you. There is, in fact, if anybody's interested in being carbon friendly, there is not a single spare seat on the aeroplane. Every seat on the aeroplane is occupied, apart from the ones in the Kazi, and they don't have seat belts. So we're not allowed to put anybody in there. If we could, we would have done. I understand a few of you got bags in the hold. I think there's only 4 bags in the hold. I hope they're not too lonely. I hope you all have a wonderful time. It's about 2 hours and 5 minutes or so up to Trondheim. The weather there is very nice. It's a very spectacular place. I went in there the other night with the band. They've all been there. Adrian's been catching fish for the last 3 days. So I'm not sure what's on the menu tonight, but I hope he's cooked it since then. But all of you, I know you've travelled a long way, some of you. I hope you have a great time. The band is all fired up. It's almost a sold-out show tonight in Trondheim. I don't know where they're coming from. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it's a big football stadium, about 25,000 people. Somebody's out there somewhere in the hills, and they come down. I expect to see a whole trailer full, a trailer load of tractor parts and things like that, and pitchforks and hay bales. I've got no idea what to expect tonight, except it's going to be lots of Norwegians, and it's going to be quite a riotous evening. So sit back, enjoy it. Well, I was going to say Ed Force One. It's not Ed Force One, but it's almost the same, isn't it? You know, well, not quite, but anyway, have fun, and I'll get back to you a little bit later, a bit more information. Basically, out of here, we're going to be turning right, heading up towards the wonderful town of Clacton-on-Sea, crossing the North Sea, which is just a vast expanse of water with a few oil rigs floating around in it, and then we'll be crossing the Swedish coast, I imagine, and then heading up towards Trondheim. It's very spectacular scenery out the window. Really, really amazing place, Norway. We've got some Norwegian guests on board. We've got some people from the Norwegian television and TV and radio, so hope you make them all welcome. Give them a big Iron Maiden welcome here on the airplane. Of course, I have all the usual criminals looking after you. Steve is out here as well, so any complaints, you can just address Steve. I take no responsibility at this point. I'm just a bus driver. And we've got Mary up there. I'd like to thank everybody from Astraeus today who really have been working hard. We have a problem in that we just do not have enough aeroplanes. Unfortunately, it's not my fault, but we should have had one more aeroplane this summer, and they decided not to get another aeroplane this summer, which is why we're on this aeroplane. But there's been a lot of juggling. Ghana International Airways made space for this flight, and they delayed their international departures, which is a scheduled flight, so that we could do this flight. So I'd like to thank them as well. They've been pretty good about all this kind of stuff. Anyway, thank you all for coming, and have a great time. Mandy is in charge of the cabin. Now, Mandy is the most important person on the airplane, more important than me or anybody else, because she's in charge of your safety. And she's going to be giving you a safety demo. This is different to any of you who've flown on Bruce Air flights before will not have flown on this airplane. It is different to all the other airplanes, and it has some very, very unusual things. For example, just see if you can imagine where the life jackets are. Very, very odd. And I hope we don't have anybody that minds Israeli writing, because it's all over the airplane, because this is where the airplane originally came from a long, long time ago. So there you have it. Pay close attention to the safety demo. Keep your seatbelts fastened anytime you're at your seat. Do recommend it. Of course, it's a no smoking flight. Mandy will go into all that later on. She's in charge, so do as she says. Otherwise, you'll be punished, but not like Max Mosley.
Right.